Alright guys, so we're back finally working on the Datsun. It is finally in the air. It's not really going anywhere, so we're solid enough to work on it. We've stripped the whole front end and we've taken the wheels off. We've got a little montage of us doing that. I'm going to try to keep this intro short, so we'll have a little montage of that and then we'll be taking out the suspension in the rears and hopefully the front today. It will be split into a couple of parts, so stay tuned for more content. Obviously if you guys could go support, check out the website inzane.com, that would be mean a lot. So yeah, enjoy the video and all the content to come. Right, so as usual, I've watched a YouTube video last night on how to remove the suspension. No, I'm joking. I wish I was joking, I'm being deadly serious. I've watched hella YouTube videos, so I have a small idea of what we're doing. I've got Etienne here to help me as well. Alright, so first we're going to spray some WD-40 on this little bolt here, which I'm totally missing. I'm trying to do this all through the camera, but and here. Oh, we also got to remove these drive shaft.
It's hot, yeah.
This is the drive shaft. We've got to lube this up. Alright, this is the first bolt of removal on the Datsun rebuild. Alright.
Well, didn't snap. First bolt didn't snap. Off to a good start.
There's a bolt still in there.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go, that is the first bolt out on the Datsun rebuild. So now we've got to hammer this pin through to the top to get it out, undo these two bolts either side, and hopefully hammer that through, and hopefully it will not be seized. So we'll be back once we've hammered this out. The one-hander. A major issue with these Z cars is that the spindle pin, when you try and take it out, is super seized in. So what we're going to do is to try loosen the spindle pin inside. We're putting a lock nut on the end and we're going to try impact it to spin the spindle, if that makes sense, to like loosen it up from the rust around it. If there is any rust, hopefully there isn't. So we've got the spindle pin out after lots of hammering. Now what we've realised is we need to take the drive shaft bits out, so that's here. So they're all 14 mils, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. Ed's gonna try get on this side, I'm gonna try get on this side. We'll crack them all off, take it off, and then all we've got to do is remove this brake line, 3 bolts, 4 bolts at the top, and then this whole suspension strut should come out, and then we've got to repeat it on the other side and then move on to the front. We've made some progress on the Datsun. Essentially, this is all loose now. We've disconnected the drive shaft, we've also disconnected the lower control arm, and now the handbrake. We're just trying to figure out how to disconnect the brake line, and then that should be the rear suspension out. Obviously we've got to take out the control arms, sway bars, the rest of it. Yes, there we go. That is one suspension strut out, and obviously we're going to have to chop it there and then weld these brand new ones straight on, and it'll be very cool. But we do have a lot more to do, so we're going to carry on working on getting the front suspension out, so you'll see that next. Now we've done the rear suspension, we're going to be moving on to the front suspension. I think there's a couple of control arms connecting it, a ball joint, stuff like that. I'll show you actually. Yeah, there's a ball joint there. I don't know if you can see it down there. There's your control arm, there's the sway bar linkage, and then this I think is something to do with steering, I'm assuming. Obviously we've got to disconnect the brake lines to the caliper, and then hopefully a couple bolts on top, she'll be out. So yeah, what I've done is I've loosened the sway bar linkage, and I'm now just working on getting this control arm out. Once I've done that, I'm going to try and get the ball joint from underneath, and that should release this in a sense, and then we'll be able to undo those bolts and drop it down. So we're back, we've done a lot more work to the front side, I'll show you now. We've disconnected the lower control arm, this steering, is this a steering arm?
Yeah.
Yeah, steering arm, the brake line, I've just disconnected it, it's literally just leaking now. So everything is pretty much loose on this side. All we've got to do is take out these 3 bolts, which we're going to do now, and hopefully, go on, wiggle it. Hopefully it will just drop out. So yeah, we're back. Out, and boom, the suspension is now out. We're going to still have to figure out how to take out this ball joint, but obviously we've got to do the same to the other side, so that's both front and rear suspension out. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave it in this episode. Come back for episode 2, where we're installing the front and rear control arms, which we're going to do now, but you'll see it in a different episode. So yeah, thank you so much to Etienne for helping. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share us with your friends. If you see us doing something wrong, comment it, because we don't care. We don't know what we're doing. The Datsun is getting rebuilt, and the content will be coming out weekly. So look forward to next week's episode, and also check out the inzane.com online. Sound.